Pez fans, hey, how are you? I'm sitting beside the Feedback Sports Sprint Workstand. I'm Pez, I'm your host, and here's what I've got for you today. It's a little review of the Sprint Workstand from Feedback Sports. Probably like a lot of you guys, I've been using the same workstand for about 25 years. But in the last 25 years, the technology in cycling, like everything else, has really evolved, and lo and behold, we've got way better workstands than we ever used to have. Exhibit A, the Sprint workstand from Feedback Sports, right here. Folds up nice and small, as you can see. Here it is in its folded up state. Let's see how easy that is to put this thing together, okay? Boom. We take some nice big clamps here. I open the bottom one up, and I'm going to just spread the legs out a little bit. So I've got a nice little base to work off of here. Then we bring up the rails here, and there we go. Slides into place like that. This one slides and locks into place, so it's not going to move around. It's got a nice quick release down here. Everything about this stand is really well put together. All of the bolts, all of the fittings, the feet on it, everything that I've checked out here is really solidly built stand. All of these are extruded pieces of aluminum, steel components. There's been no looseness or play in any of the joints or places where it's connected, I found. That's something I really like. Now, adjustability on this, fantastic. The bottom base on this is easy to adjust. We just open that quick release and you can place these legs as narrow or as wide as you want, depending on how much space you got to work with. Then there are two more spots up here where there's some nice adjustability. The first one is our telescoping up and down. So we can set this really to any height that we want to have our bikes worked on, okay? And something else that's really cool is this little top quick release here, or the big one, they're all pretty big, moves down and you can clamp it into place so that if you're working on a higher adjustment, you want your bike worked on up here for a little bit, and then you need to get down quickly to get it down to a lower spot where you can do some more adjustability, boom, just drop it down, and you're in business. So let's put a bike on this, see how easy this is to load up. First of all, on top of the work beam here, this is really cool. The placement for wherever you're going to lock it in, single point lock in. They call it a single point quick release. So basically the bike attaches to this thing from the one point, the forks drop, you go into the dropouts here. The dropouts lock into the quick release here and you settle it in. So let's put a bike in here. I've got Mrs. Pez's Scott. Front wheel comes out, no problems. Boom. Bring your bike over. Drop it on in here. Lock down the quick release, and we are in business. I'm locked in. I am ready to work on Mrs. Pez's bike. So, some things that the pros really like about this thing. One, obviously, really steady. The 360 degree turning on this one, it's fantastic. Look at this. Want to work on this bike. In fact, I'm going to raise this thing up a little bit. There we go. So I can clear my workbench. So you're spinning this thing around, you're working on it. Oh, I want to get over to that side. Yeah, I'm back in here. Okay, good. Let me get back to this other side over here. Oh yeah. You know, it's really easy to get around your bike because the bike moves in front of you instead of being locked in or clamped in on a frame clamp style workstand. Sometimes you're limited to getting around. It's just a little more clumsy getting around the bike. You've got to do the walking like this. Maybe it's not so good, right? I've now got the bike locked in to place, right in the perfect spot. I can now do all my gear changing, gear shifting that I want to, check everything out. It works the way it's supposed to. Work great for working on the chain. Height adjustability is awesome. And everything's up at the level you need it. When you're wanting to get underneath, the pro mechanics, you just flip it up, not just flip it up, it stays locked in. The forks are locked in. The bike's not going anywhere. I can lift this thing up. I can check things. I can get my spray out. I can clean this thing like this. Super easy. Another nice thing about this stand, all the parts are replaceable. If you wear something out, you can just buy another part from Feedback Sports. The quick releases, the bolts, the arms, the rubber bits, everything. Once you've got one of these things, you're more or less going to be set for life. I mean, I've been using the same old Workstand for about 25 years until this thing arrived. So now I'm going to be upgrading. And I was joking with the guys at Feedback. I'm like, well, thanks. I guess I've just got the last stand I'll ever have. So, so see you later. Workstand is available in 45 countries. Sells for $269. You can buy it on their website at feedbacksports.com. It's also available through dealers. You can find the dealers on their website as well. You're a pro mech, you don't even know it. That's how good this thing is.